And sitting down right now in the #1 air hot seat, the heating, electric, and plumbing pros, is our boy from ProFootballTalk.com, Football Night in America fame. He is the legal expert in this room, Mike Florio on 105.3 The Fan. What's up, buddy?
I have a feeling it's a very low bar to be the legal expert in this specific area.
You mean at this table or in the room in
right
general?
Here.
Okay.
I don't know about the room. I haven't done the full sweep yet today, although I will say this. It's 8:24 local time, and this place is already flashing what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Today is that day where it's just nuts, and it gets nuts. It used to be Friday was the craziest. In recent years, I've noticed Thursday is even more because by Friday people realize it's crazy. I'm not going over there, so they'll come Thursday.
Do you like all this?
I don't know. Do I like it? I don't know. It's different. It's nice to come out and see people face to face. It's nice to. We have a set over there, and we've had people rotating in all week, and you get to sit down and talk to people that you otherwise text with or talk to on the phone. So there's value in being present. There's value in being around. It's just a weird feeling because it's been 3 years since the full-blown experience like this. And last year, I think it was more scaled down, but we had our set at the NFL Experience, which was like away from all of it. So I was only over in this one time last year. This is like that year of it's every day, every day, every day. But you like it, you get used to it, and then it's over.
Who's been your best interview?
Well, the best interview's yet to come, right? The week's not over yet. Justin Jefferson
what a
is
coach
later
mentality.
today. Yes. The week's not over yet. Jalen Hurts, I learned that from him. Season's not over yet.
You're supposed to say CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb was excellent.
What'd you get from him? What did he tell you?
Well, he is a staunch defender of his quarterback. Not quite the same way Terrell Owens once did. No sunglasses or fake tears. That's my quarterback. No, but he can't understand why there's so much criticism of Dak when others do similar things and they don't get that kind of criticism. I asked him about the last play of the 49ers game.
2 years ago? Why don't we?
No, I asked him about the play.
Zeke snapping the ball.
Oh, Zeke snapping.
Playing center. Hello, do you watch the game?
Well, I know Jason Garrett asked us that one time.
Yeah, he did.
But
I was sure. He said I was sure he saw the game.
No more hee hee ha ha. But I asked him, what were you guys trying to do? And he said, well, what did you want us to do? I said, score a touchdown. I said, well, that's what we were trying to do.
Yeah.
But apparently, I thought they were setting it up for Turpin to get the ball and flip it back to Zeke. Because why the hell do you have Zeke snap the ball? And why do you have all these offensive linemen out there? At first, when I saw Zeke, I thought this is brilliant. Put 11 guys on the field who are familiar with handling the ball and running with the ball. You don't need blockers.
No.
It's a schoolyard play. But then they had offensive linemen. The whole thing didn't make any sense. But CeeDee was funny about that. So Jimmy Ward took down Turpin, as you know, and that was that. It was the most sudden and abrupt end to an attempted Stanford band play in the history of football.
And then I love that he was already on the ground and he tried to lateral after he was on the ground.
Where do you stand on Dak? Bobby is our resident Dak homer. He loves Dak so much he wouldn't speak to Dan Orlovsky yesterday. He walked off the set in a rage because he thinks Dan doesn't love Dak like he should be loved. Where do you stand on Prescott? And why are you picking your nails like that?
I'm nervous.
Oh my gosh, Florio!
This is a nervous habit.
Nervous. You're Mr. TV.
Well,
you're Mr. Football Night in America.
I don't
Mr.
have
Money
clippers.
Bags.
I don't have clippers with me, and I see this white ridge here, and it's making me nervous.
Bro,
I do the same thing.
Ravage these things,
Hey,
Mike.
listen,
show them on the fan
this
cam.
isn't about
show
get
your
the hell
na-
out of
show
here.
your-
I'll show if I show a finger on the fan cam, you know which finger it's
You
gonna
can do
be.
it. We don't care. You're the one that has some stuff to lose.
This is how geniuses work. 'Cause I do the same thing.
It's there you go. There you go.
God.
I bite mine.
But anyway, what were you asking me
Dak.
about? Oh, Dak, yeah. Dak does this to his nails too because he's under a lot of stress because people like Dan Orlovsky are dogging him all the time.
Yeah.
How are you with Orlovsky?
I don't know him.
Okay.
I don't know him.
What do you think of him?
I don't know. I don't pay attention. I stay in my own
pay
backyard.
attention to everything. You pay
I don't.
attention to Schefter, everything Schefter does. You know all that stuff.
No.
Why are you acting like you're
no. Nothing Dan Orlovsky tweets is relevant to what I do. He's not making news. He's not reporting news. He's an analyst. Nothing any analyst does is relevant to our space.
Fair.
And only if an analyst gets into something that rises above, where it's actually engaged and it's a back and forth and it's nasty, but that's all noise to me.
Okay.
I don't care about that stuff.
Okay.
I have enough analysts I work with.
Okay.
I have enough to do. So I have no opinion.
Speaking of an analyst you work with, why does Chris Sims button the top button on his shirts?
He's always done it.
I can't. I don't know how you work with it.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
Tell him to
You're the
unbutton it.
boss. Fire him.
Tell him to unbutton it.
He's always done
Dress
it.
code.
He's done it since he was 8 years old. At first, I thought like he had some crazy neck tattoo that he was trying to cover, but it's just what he's always done.
Is he a Jalen Hurts hater?
He's not a Jalen Hurts hater. He's a pragmatist, and his point has gotten skewed because if you want to view him as a hater, you could pick out words and ideas from what he says and say, oh, he's a hater. His point is that Jalen Hurts is different from Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, in that he's, and I hate to say system quarterback, but you've got two types of quarterbacks in the NFL. You have a quarterback that runs an offense. You have an offense that runs through a quarterback. And Dak Prescott is more of a offense that he runs. He's a quarterback who runs an offense. It's not like the offense is constructed for him. You got the running game. You know, with Mahomes, it's all about Mahomes. The running game is a supplement. With Josh Allen, it's all about Josh Allen. And that's just kind of the way it is. But Hurts is very good. He's a great leader. He's a great runner. He's a great presence. He has done a great job of having his personality infect the locker room in a positive way and get the most out of the team. I think he's great. And, you know, Chris has his opinion, and he made the comment before Hurts got injured that you put in Gardner Minshew and they'd be just as good, and we found out that they weren't just as good with Gardner Minshew. And, you know, Jalen Hurts just has an overall presence and attitude and skill set that combines to make a great quarterback. And it was unexpected. I think the Eagles didn't expect it. As recently as last year, the Eagles were exploring options elsewhere, including a certain quarterback who may play for the team in the city where we're sitting.
We're sitting in Phoenix.
Kyler.
Does it take that much work?
Mike, we've been up since 3:30. All right, we don't have drivers that pick us up. We don't have personal limos. That what car did you come over in here?
We don't have personal limos. We have employees who pick us up and bring us here.
Oh God!
Wow. That's paid employees for that.
Is that part of the criteria to work?
No,
Mike Florio driver.
They send a guy. They have two runners that are hired for the week, good guys. And they have rental cars, and they come and they get us, and they bring us here. I'm staying like 15 minutes away.
Are you going to have you been to any fancy dinners?
No, I don't know.
You stay in?
I stay in. We rented a house for the week, so we had a dinner at the house last night.
What cook?
No, we can't cook. Yeah, I cook. I put on an apron and I cook.
I thought you grilled steaks.
No.
Okay.
You
catered it?
You have a caterer.
Because you posted
something. We have a caterer. Look at this.
A caterer. You posted something about food a while back. I thought I remember being impressed. Did you cook something or grill something?
I don't know.
It was a steak.
Are you messing with me?
No, you posted a steak.
Do we have a delay here?
You cooked something.
He's a food
I'm a food.
I cooked a steak that I thought looked awesome, and I made the mistake of putting it on Twitter because no matter
Never do
what
that.
it is,
Never do
see if
that.
you can
no
find
matter
it.
what
Big
it is,
mistake.
it was cooked Pittsburgh rare.
Yeah.
I was not aware that it was Pittsburgh rare. It was seared on the outside, very red in the middle, and, of course, Twitter hated it. Twitter hates everything. But you know what? Here's what amazed me. I put up a video of my barn, 90-second tour of my barn on Saturday night before I left, Friday or Saturday, whatever it was. People love that, and it was like universal. It's like something's wrong here. Like this is a setup. There's no way this many people like this, but maybe Twitter does have the ability to unite.
It's not a real place, Twitter.
That's what Dave Chappelle says. It's not a real place.
You have a
Is that the one on the fan cam there?
That's it.
Good photo.
Pittsburgh rare.
Yeah,
Right
I'm
that
giving you
looks
props
good.
for that. I mean, it looks a little bit like salmon, but
It's all right. It was good.
yeah. Okay.
And it all ends up in the same place.
What legal advice would you give Michael Irvin?
Keep your mouth shut. It's too late for that.
Yeah.
I would have told him, don't say a damn word.
Did you hear or see what he said with us?
Yeah. Don't say anything. He's done.
Well,
I mean-
what if the
as it
video's
relates-
going to determine
Well,
that?
the video is going to be very relevant, but if there's an allegation made by someone against him and his response is essentially, I was drinking so I don't remember, if there's a credibility fight between the witnesses, like that was the big issue in Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
If there's a fight between he said, she said, he's not saying anything anybody's going to be able to believe. He has no position to say it didn't happen. I don't know what happened. I was drinking. And you're right. The video, if the video is relevant, if it's not grainy, we assume all video is going to give us a conclusive answer to whatever question we need to have resolved. But
right.
We'll see. We'll see what the video shows.
Is it assumed that if he says, I was drinking, that means
Does that have to be proven still?
Well,
No,
Does
no.
it mean like hammered, or like because if you had one drink, you could say I was drinking.
Right, but you heard how he said it, and he
Yeah.
laughed about it. Well, we were out drinking, and that just puts you in a position where a skilled lawyer, if it ever results in someone being on a witness stand, answering questions, you will be grilled worse than that steak by a lawyer who knows how to ask questions. And could you see Michael Irvin trying to tap dance around a skilled litigator? Most people can't do it. 95% of the people out there, and I think the more rich and powerful and famous someone is, because they're not used to submitting, when you sit in that seat and you have to submit to questions from somebody you don't even know and they're good at it and they've done it for years, you're cooked. It's over. Whether it's an owner of a team, whether it's a high-profile player, whether it's anybody, you think you're going to win this, and you find out quickly you're not.
What do you think about all these people coming for Romo lately?
I haven't noticed a dramatic difference in Romo since he started as a broadcaster. I wrote about this the other day, and I have to be very careful because I can't comment on anyone who works with NBC, good, bad, or otherwise.
You can't?
I can't. What can I say? We're colleagues.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I can't do that, I shouldn't talk about people who work for other networks. I need to just opt out of the whole, this person sucks, that person sucks, this person sucks. If they're good, it's one thing. And look, we're blessed to have a great team at NBC. It's not like I would have anything bad to say anyway. But with Romo, I remember when he started, I was kind of like, what's all the hubbub, bub? I don't get it. He's loud. He speaks in incomplete sentences. He makes sound effects. Ooh, Jim! Ooh,
Jim!
Oh, Bobby is loving you right now.
And everybody thought it was great. Everybody thought it was great. He's no different now. What's changed? The only thing is he doesn't do the parlor trick where he tells you what the play is going to be.
Yeah.
Which he knew.
I love
because
that.
If you go to practice and if you study the team, you know what they're going to do out of given formation. If you were at practice and you saw the plays that they were walking through the day before the game or 2 days before the game, you know when you see this guy in the slot and this guy lined up wide, you know what play's coming. So I think I never heard this. I may have at some point. The years go by and you kind of forget. I think he got some blowback from others in the industry who were like, dude, we could all do this too if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this? You're making us look bad. We could do it too.
Yeah. What do you do?
Aikman just called him up, said to stop.
Or Brian Bennett?
Did he?
No,
Did he?
I'm just assuming.
Yeah, but I'm
No.
saying, it's like we all can do this if we want to.
Well,
so I look at it this. I don't know why all of a sudden there's an issue. Is it because he's not as plugged in as he used to be because the guys he played with aren't there anymore and it's not as obvious when you watch them? I don't know. But to me, he seems like the same guy he was in 2017 when everybody thought he was great. I don't know what's happened.
What does Fox do with this Brady-Olsen dilemma?
Well,
Tom taking a year off.
I think when Tom retired, Fox initially believed as of next year, Tom was going to be number one and Olsen was going to be number two. So now Tom's going to take 2023 off. He hasn't completely slammed the door on playing this year. So we
What
still
did he
have
say to
keep
keep that open?
I thought he said, done for good.
No, he said that last week. Then on Monday, he was on with Colin Cowherd, and Cowherd asked him some question along the lines of, so there isn't even a 1% chance you'd come back? And he didn't answer the question. He evaded it. And then on his podcast Monday night, he said, I know I can still play. I still want to play. It's just time to stop. And here's what I think's going on. In an attempt to psychoanalyze Tom Brady. And look, I've wrestled with the whole ethical dilemma of, is it fair to comment on his divorce? Is it fair to comment on these issues? Well, when you're that high profile and you have a huge social media platform and you use it to sell everything under the sun, from crypto to underwear and everything in between, and your wife is a high-profile person with a big social media following, there's a point where you just accept it. And he has said he's got no problem with it. So with all that as the disclaimer, I think last year him continuing to play opened the argument that you're a bad husband. And we saw what flowed from that. This year, if he plays, I think he's setting himself up to be accused by the person who used to be his wife that he still has to deal with all the time. She's the mother of two of his kids.
Yeah.
You're being a bad father. And that cuts a different way. You guys have kids?
Yep.
Anytime that question comes up of whether you're being a bad father, that's the knife straight into the pancreas, twisted around to the gallbladder, ripping out a few other organs. And I think that the test now is, are you a good father? Prove you're a good father and salvage something about your personal life. And so I think that's what's driven him to not play. We'll see how he feels when July rolls around. That's what Brett Favre said in April of 2008 to David Letterman. I was watching the show that night, and he said, I don't know how I'm going to feel when July rolls around. I was like, holy crap, this guy is coming back. So I still think there's a chance he comes back.
Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, Football Night in America.
You're running me off already? You're playing me off?
Well, you
wrapping me up, or is this a reset?
It's not a reset.
You're wrapping me up.
It's goodbye.
Up.
Well, you said you got places to be.
No, I don't have anywhere to be. I came over here an hour and 15 minutes earlier than I would have. I had some wine last night. So it was not easy. If you're getting up when that alarm went off, and I still honored my commitment, and you gave me a chance to back out. You texted me, are we still good? And all I had to say is, no, we're not.
Man, there are at least 3 people here who just walked in in last night's attire. I can tell you that right now.
I'm wearing today's attire. This is my Thursday get-up. I've had this thing for years.
That thing needs to
it's
go.
ratty.
It does.
You're way too rich for that.
I've got the big PFT thing on the back that I'm going to be self-conscious about all day, because I'm going to be sitting over there and people will be, what the hell does that guy have on his back? But this is my Thursday ritual. You have to be an insider. You have to be part of the PFT planet to understand I wear this every Thursday.
You should get a new one, and on the back, put your Twitter handle as like your name.
Mike Florio might
he's trying to get me off.
He might stick around for
hard break.
crosstalk.
Yeah,
Mike Florio, hard break. We all are our own bosses, Mike. All right, I work for someone.
You guys don't pay me anymore, so I don't give a shit.
Oh, we're next.